Playing to win a match in Fortnite is super simple. However, playing to improve and go pro is a much harder challenge, but what if it didn't have to be? I've spent the last 6 years helping thousands of players improve at Fortnite, and one thing that I've noticed is that people always make these same 15 mistakes. So today I'm going to be going over what these 15 mistakes are and how to fix them. Starting with point number 1, which is pros train with purpose. Every single session of pro plays has a goal. They're not just playing Fortnite, they're working on one specific thing. Maybe it's piece control, maybe it's peaks, maybe it's endgame rotations under pressure. You're probably just loading into matches, hoping you get better. That's not training, that's just playing. Here's an example. If you want to get better at fighting, don't just play full matches. Spend 30 minutes training each specific part of fighting, peaks, piece control and aim. Then you can make the jump to realistics and get as many reps as possible. Reps are basically just repetitions of a drill, by the way. On to point number 2, which is extremely important, and it's that you don't review your gameplay. You might think you'll improve just by playing the game more, but without reviewing your games, you'll repeat the same mistakes over and over. Watch your games, figure out where you choke, and make sure you fix it. Reviewing your gameplay shows you the patterns that you miss in the moment. Bad rotations, over peaking, sloppy edits. Even just 15 minutes of review a day adds up to massive progress over time. Record your next 5 matches, watch them back. Every time you die, pause and ask yourself what you could have done differently. Write it down, then drill that specific scenario in creative over and over. This next point is one that most people think that they've mastered, but they haven't. And it's point number 3, your crosshair placement is terrible. If your crosshair is constantly pointed at the floor, sky, or you're having to flick your shots a lot, then you need to fix your crosshair placement. In Fortnite, if you're not editing or building, keep your crosshair centered around head or chest level while moving. This makes your aim way cleaner. Also, when building or editing, your crosshair should always be moving towards where the next edit will be. Good crosshair placement is a simple way to level up your gameplay fast. You can shave off milliseconds of your reaction time by keeping your crosshair ready, and also avoid missing crucial shots because you're forced to flick. This next point is extremely common, and it's point number 4. You're underestimating positioning. Players with worse aim and mechanics will still beat you simply because they're smarter in positioning. If you fight from left-hand peaks, can't resist jumping all the time, and always end up getting teared apart in endgame, then this is a definite problem for you. To fix your positioning, jump into Raider 464's mechanics map, realistic 1v1s, and either some scrims or a creative map that simulates endgame. When in these, test, practice. Do not be afraid to die because you tried something new. It's just a part of the learning process. Point number 5 is a habit that is killing your progress, and it's that you always hot drop expecting easy kills. Sure, it feels good when you win off spawn, but constantly fighting off drop builds bad habits. You rarely get time to loot properly. You skip the fundamentals like rotations, and your game becomes very RNG heavy. You'll get some quick fights, but you're sacrificing long-term improvement. To get better overall, you need to experience every phase of the game. Looting, rotations, endgame. And you also need to have the patience and attention span for tournaments when you're not hot dropping every game. And if you want to dominate early game, I've put together a complete guide. The link is in the description. This point will change how you practice, and it's point number 6. You're misusing creative maps. Grinding the same 1v1 map for hours feels productive, but it limits your growth. You need to have variety, realistic maps, zone wars, aim trainers, all combined. Your practice should simulate real game scenarios, not just ego chasing box fights. Think of your creative time as gym workouts. It should target every part of your gameplay. If you only practice, build, or edits and neglect your aim, game sense, or movement, you'll plateau very fast. Point number 7 is huge, and most players don't realize it. You play only against bad players. Bad players do not punish your mistakes. They let you get away with things that would get you destroyed against good players. And when you keep getting away with these bad habits, your brain will think those habits are good. Say you have a habit of over peaking. Against a bad player, nothing will happen. They'll just miss their shot. You'll get away with it, but then you'll play against a good player and they headshot you instantly. Piece control 1v1 maps are terrible for improvement. They're full of terrible players. You'll win most of your fights a bit too easily and feel good about yourself, but you're not actually going to learn anything. You're just going to keep reinforcing those bad habits against bad players who can't punish you. Use Discord servers like mine to find better players. Players who will punish every single mistake you make. players who will expose every bad habit you have, and that's where the real improvement happens. This point will save you so many games, and it's point number 8. You ignore storm management. Rotating late, ignoring zone awareness, or tunneling in fights during bad zones gets you eliminated over and over. Play with the zone in mind and your mid-game consistency will improve. Zone awareness isn't just about staying in zone, it's about predicting movements, avoiding edge fights, and positioning early. Understanding timing lets you control fights, avoid third parties, and secure better positions. Point number 9 is something that you're probably doing wrong right now. You're wasting utility. Whether it's mobility items, heals, or hard mats, using your resources at the wrong time puts you in terrible situations. Learn to manage your loot and don't burn your movement just to escape small mistakes. The next point is probably your biggest problem, and it's point number 10. Your ego is killing you. You probably take fights you shouldn't, chasing clips instead of playing smart. If you want to improve, prioritize winning fights over flashy, cool looking clips. Smart players value consistent wins, controlled engagements, and proper rotations over highlight reels. Playing with discipline over ego is how you climb ranks, earn placements, and build real confidence in your gameplay. Point 11 will help you survive late game way more, and it's you overbuild in fights. You crank unnecessary builds, burn mats for no reason, and then get caught with nothing in late game. Build with intention, not panic. Smart builds means using fewer mats for better defense. Overbuilding drains resources and weakens your late game potential. Efficient building is a sign of a mature player. Flashy builds look cool, but smart plays preserve mats for when you really need them. This point is really underrated, and it's point number 12. You have bad audio awareness. If you can't track footsteps, edits, or sound cues, you're constantly going to be getting surprised. Invest time into learning audio cues. It saves your life in fights. Sound is one of the best tools for predicting player movement. Train your ears to recognize audio patterns, and you'll win more fights through smarter reactions. Good audio awareness tells you where threats are coming from before they even appear. And if you don't have a visual footsteps on, what are you doing? Put that on right now. Point number 13 is you don't have a warm-up routine. Jumping straight into ranked without warming up slows your improvement by a lot. A structured warm-up builds consistency and confidence. Skipping it makes you play worse for the first half of your session. Aim trainers and live box fights create muscle memory before serious games. Without it, you'll play stiff and you'll make way more mistakes. Warm-ups are like stretching before exercise. You reduce mistakes and you set yourself up to perform at your best. This next point will separate pros from casuals, and it's point number 14. Pros have a schedule. Pros don't just train when they feel like it. They have a daily routine. Warm up, mechanics practice, game sense, drills, scrims, VOD review every single day. You probably just play whenever you feel like it or when you're bored. There's no structure, no consistency, and that's why you're not improving as fast as they did. And finally, point 15 will teach you the most important skills, and it is not playing enough endgame. Fighting off spawn and quitting after early deaths limits your exposure to stacked late game scenarios. Play for placement more often in tournaments. These situations can teach you more than early game hot drops ever will. Every stacked endgame builds your composure and real game sense for those chaotic moments. If you want more brutal truth about what it actually takes to improve, watch this next video